After the age of 50, many people begin to notice changes that are hard to ignore. The body feels stiffer in the morning, the knees don't bend quite as smoothly as they used to, and simple tasks, like reaching for something on the floor or standing up quickly, sometimes bring hesitation. More than anything, it's the fear of falling that quietly enters daily life. A single misstep, a slip on the stairs, or even a stumble while walking across the living room can carry far greater consequences than it once did. And yet, here's the truth. Aging does not have to mean surrendering strength, balance, or independence. In Japan, elders have relied for centuries on simple postures, quiet stances that require no equipment and very little space, but deliver extraordinary benefits. These positions, often practiced in meditation halls, martial arts dojos, or even in daily life, are more than just tradition. They are living tools that train the body to stay supple, stable, and alert well into advanced age. Today, we begin with the first of 6 stances, one that looks deceptively simple but carries profound benefits for mobility, circulation, and posture. It is called seiza, the traditional kneeling posture. 1. Seiza, the traditional kneeling posture. At first glance, seiza might appear to be nothing more than polite kneeling. But for older adults, this posture works quietly beneath the surface to restore what time slowly takes away. Supple ankles, steady knees, and a calm, upright spine. When you lower yourself into seiza, your ankles lengthen in a way that counteracts years of wearing stiff shoes and walking on flat, hard floors. The gentle bend of the knees provides a controlled stretch, never forced, always supported, that helps lubricate the joints rather than grind them. And perhaps most importantly, circulation through the lower legs improves, reducing that heavy, sluggish feeling so many people over 60 describe at the end of the day. To practice seiza, begin by choosing a soft surface, a yoga mat, a folded blanket, even a carpet will do. Kneel down with your knees close together and bring your big toes to touch behind you. Slowly sit your hips back until they rest gently on your heels. Now imagine a string lifting the crown of your head toward the ceiling. This lengthens your spine without strain. Keep your shoulders relaxed, your chest slightly lifted, and your chin tucked just enough as though you are nodding in agreement. Breathe deeply through your nose, feeling the ribs expand, and hold this position for 30 to 60 seconds. Repeat it 2 or 3 times, and notice how the body gradually settles into a sense of calm balance. If the stretch feels too intense at first, don't worry. You can place a cushion between your calves and thighs to reduce pressure, or slide a rolled towel under your ankles. And for those who enjoy a challenge, try hovering your hips just an inch above your heels or closing your eyes for the final 10 seconds of the hold. Both variations awaken small stabilizing muscles in your hips and spine, the very muscles that protect you when you trip or stumble. The key is to listen to your body. If you feel sharp knee pain or pins and needles in your feet, ease out slowly and adjust. Seiza is not about pushing through discomfort. It's about gently reintroducing your joints to the movement and flexibility they once had. Over time, this posture trains patience, restores confidence, and reinforces the deep connection between balance and stillness. Think of seiza as a quiet daily ritual. Just 1 or 2 minutes each morning can prepare your ankles, knees, and hips for the day ahead. It may look like stillness, but beneath the surface, seiza is teaching your body to stay strong, upright, and resilient, no matter your age. 2. Kiza, the toes-up posture. If seiza is the posture of calm patience, then kiza is the posture of awakening. In Japan, this variation is often practiced by monks, martial artists, and even ordinary families in traditional homes. But for seniors, kiza provides something deeply practical. It reawakens the feet, ankles, and calves, those often neglected foundations of balance. As we age, many of us notice cramps in the arches of the feet, stiffness in the Achilles tendon, or swelling in the ankles after standing too long. Shoes with thick soles and years of sitting in chairs rob the feet of natural flexibility. The problem is, when the base of the body weakens, every step feels less secure. A stumble on uneven ground or a missed curb becomes more likely. Kiza directly addresses this. Here's how to try it. Begin in a kneeling position, but instead of resting the tops of your feet flat on the floor, tuck your toes under so you are resting on the balls of your feet. Your heels should point upward. Then slowly sit your hips back onto your heels, keeping your spine tall and shoulders relaxed. At first, you may feel a strong stretch through the soles of your feet and the base of your calves. That's normal. Breathe slowly, stay calm, and allow the tissues to release. Hold for 20 to 40 seconds, then come out gently. For those with sensitive feet, you can place a rolled towel under the toes to soften the stretch. If you want more challenge, try lifting your knees 1 inch off the ground while keeping weight in your heels. This instantly lights up the arches, calves, and even the deep stabilizers of your hips. Practicing Kiza a few times per week helps restore spring to your step. Imagine walking across grass in the park or climbing a set of stairs without that dull ache or fear of losing your footing. By strengthening the very base of your body, Kiza reminds you that stability starts from the ground up. 3. Deep squat hold, reclaiming natural mobility. Now let's talk about something many Americans over 50 have lost completely, the deep squat. In many parts of the world, squatting is as natural as sitting in a chair. People rest in this position while eating, talking, or waiting. But in the West, decades of chair sitting have tightened the hips, shortened the calves, and weakened the lower back. By the time most people hit their 50s or 60s, dropping into a deep squat feels impossible. And yet, regaining it can change your daily life. Think of all the moments when you need to lower yourself. Picking something up from the floor, reaching into a low cupboard, tending to a garden, or even playing with grandchildren. If your body resists, you either strain your back or avoid the movement entirely. That loss of mobility slowly steals independence. The deep squat hold gives it back. To practice, stand with your feet a little wider than shoulder width, toes pointing slightly outward. Take a deep breath, then bend your knees and sink your hips down as low as you comfortably can. The goal is to keep your heels flat on the ground. As you lower, bring your elbows gently inside your knees, pressing outward just enough to keep the chest lifted and spine tall. Hold this position for 20 to 40 seconds, breathing into your belly, and then slowly rise. If it feels too difficult at first, hold on to a sturdy door frame or place a small block under your heels for support. With time, as your hips and ankles open, you'll find yourself sinking lower with less effort. If you're ready for a challenge, extend your arms straight overhead and fight to keep your spine tall. It's harder than it sounds, but it retrains the body to move with balance and grace. What makes this posture powerful is not just the stretch, but the message it sends to your body. You are still capable of moving freely. Populations that squat daily throughout life consistently show lower rates of hip and knee dysfunction. By reclaiming the deep squat, you're protecting your joints, releasing tension, and teaching your body to feel young again. Imagine being able to crouch down in the garden, lift something from the floor, or sit cross-legged with family on a picnic blanket, without stiffness, without pain, and without hesitation. That's the gift of the deep squat hold. 4. Tata-hiza, the half-seated warrior posture. If you've ever struggled to get up from a chair without pushing with your arms, or found yourself needing extra effort just to rise from the couch, then you already know the challenge Tata-hiza was designed to solve. This traditional Japanese posture, once favored by samurai, isn't just about appearance. It's about practicing the simple act of rising with strength and control. In Tata-hiza, one leg kneels while the other plants firmly on the ground, ready to push upward. For elders, this is more than symbolic. It directly trains the muscles used when standing up, climbing stairs, or getting out of bed. These are movements we repeat every day, and when they become difficult, independence begins to slip away. To practice Tata-hiza, start in a kneeling position. Place your right shin flat on the ground, while your left foot steps forward, planted solidly on the floor with the knee bent. Your torso remains tall, as though you are calmly preparing to rise. Hold this posture for 20 to 30 seconds, focusing on breathing steadily and keeping balance through the hips. Then switch sides. If it feels challenging, rest one hand lightly on a chair for stability. Over time, as confidence builds, try shifting your weight forward slightly, pressing into the planted foot as if you were about to stand. For those ready to push further, practice rising partway from the floor without using your hands, then lowering back down with control. Tata-hiza teaches the body a vital skill, the ability to transition between sitting and standing smoothly. For older adults, mastering this can mean the difference between hesitation and confidence, between needing help and moving freely. Each time you practice Tadahisa, you're rehearsing independence and reminding yourself that strength is not lost with age, it can be rebuilt. 5. Horse stance, the pillar of stability. Now let's turn to one of the most iconic postures in Japanese and Okinawan martial arts, the horse stance, or Shiko-dachi. If you've ever felt your legs grow tired halfway up a flight of stairs, or noticed that carrying groceries leaves your thighs trembling, this stance is for you. At first glance, it may look like little more than standing with your legs apart and knees bent, but the horse stance is a powerhouse for the lower body. By holding this position, you activate the quadriceps, glutes, inner thighs, and deep core stabilizers all at once. Unlike weight machines that isolate muscles, this full-body stance teaches your legs and hips to work together, building functional strength, the kind you actually need in daily life. Think about the everyday tasks that become more difficult after 50. Climbing stairs, rising from a chair, stepping quickly to catch your balance, or even standing for long periods without discomfort. The horse stance directly strengthens the muscles that make these actions possible, while also training endurance and mental focus. Here's how to try it. Stand with your feet wider than shoulder width, toes turned slightly outward. Slowly bend your knees and lower your hips as if you were sitting onto a low bench. Keep your back straight, your chest lifted, and your shoulders relaxed. As you hold, breathe deeply and feel the legs engage. Aim for 20 to 40 seconds, then rest and repeat for 2 or 3 rounds. If you're just beginning, keep the stance a little higher and the hold time shorter. As strength builds, sink lower, extend your arms forward, and challenge yourself to hold longer. What matters most is not how deep you go, but that you maintain good alignment. Knees pressing outward, spine upright, weight grounded. Scientific studies confirm that static holds like the horse stance improve muscle activation, endurance, and even bone density, critical for preventing fractures later in life. More importantly, practicing this stance trains resilience. It prepares you for sudden moments in daily life when your body needs to react quickly to avoid a fall. Each time you enter the horse stance, think of yourself not just as exercising, but as rebuilding the foundation of stability. You are teaching your body to remain grounded, powerful, and balanced, no matter what challenges come your way. 6. Shiko-dachi, the sumo squat stance. If you've ever watched a sumo wrestler prepare for a match, you've seen Shiko-dachi, the wide, powerful squat that symbolizes unshakable strength. At first glance, you might think, that's not for me. But in truth, this stance can be one of the most valuable tools for older adults who want to stay steady, strong, and fall resistant. Why? Because Shiko-dachi strengthens areas that often weaken with age: the inner thighs, the hips, and the deep muscles that stabilize the pelvis. These are the very muscles that protect your balance when stepping sideways, turning quickly, or catching yourself during a stumble. Without them, even a small misstep can send you to the ground. To try Shiko-dachi, stand with your feet set very wide, toes turned outward at about a 45-degree angle. Slowly bend your knees and sink your hips down, as if you were lowering yourself onto a sturdy, invisible chair. Keep your chest lifted, spine tall, and arms extended forward for balance. Hold this position for 20 to 30 seconds, breathing steadily, and then rise with control. If it feels difficult at first, place your hands lightly on your thighs for support, and don't worry about sinking too deep. Start where your body feels comfortable. Over time, as strength builds, challenge yourself by shifting your weight gently from side to side while staying low, just as a sumo wrestler might before a bout. This side-to-side motion not only strengthens the legs, but also trains the nervous system to handle sudden changes in direction, a skill that can prevent a dangerous fall. Think of Shiko-dachi as your personal balance insurance. With each hold, you are reminding your body what it means to feel rooted, to feel unshakable, to feel truly grounded. It is not about looking like a wrestler. It is about living like someone who trusts their own legs, their own balance, and their own independence. We have now explored 6 Japanese stances: Seiza, Kiza, the deep squat; Tadahisa, the horse stance; and Shiko-dachi, Each one may look simple, but together they form a complete system for keeping your body strong, supple, and balanced as the years go by. Seiza calms and aligns. Kiza reawakens the feet. The deep squat restores mobility. Tatehiza trains the everyday act of rising. Horse stance builds resilience and power. And Shiko-dachi roots you with unshakable stability. Imagine what your days could feel like if you practiced even a few minutes of these postures each morning. Picture yourself getting out of a chair without hesitation, walking confidently across uneven ground, tending your garden with ease, or even playing on the floor with your grandchildren without fear of not getting back up. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about taking control of the years you have ahead, stronger, steadier, and freer. The truth is, aging is inevitable, but decline is not. With consistency, these ancient postures can help you reclaim the mobility and confidence you thought were lost. You don't need machines, gyms, or long hours of workouts. You just need your body, your breath, and a little daily practice. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Evergreen Seniors. Here we share practical, time-tested ways to help you stay strong, balanced, and independent after 50. And if you know someone in your life who could benefit from these stances, whether a friend, a sibling, or even a neighbor, share this video with them. You might be giving them the gift of strength and safety. So let me ask you, which of these 6 Japanese stances will you try first? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep moving, keep breathing, and keep proving that life after 50 is not about slowing down, but about standing tall.